Hello, this is Mark Meyer from MarTech Hero. Today I just wanted to do a quick video on this tool, the email design platform at Stripo.email. I've used a lot of email design tools. I've used the ones that are built into the product, such as the MailChimp one, Constant Contact, even the higher end ones like Eloqua, Marketo, but nothing compares to how well Stripo does at designing an email and how you can just drag and drop elements onto your email and build it in no time at all. So we're going to go through an example. So first, you just go to stripo.email and you can start for free or you can sign up for an account. It's very affordable. I already have an account. I've been a subscriber for a long time because, like I said, I love this product. So I'm just going to log into my account. So this is the main page, and on the main page, it shows you all your recent emails that you worked on. And you have this option up here to create a new message. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And then they have something called prepared templates. And this is a great feature of Stripo. Right now it has 987 prepared email templates that you can use and modify. And this number seems to keep going up. And you can just scroll through here, hover over one of them, and it kind of zooms in on it. You could also filter it. Let's say you want to filter it by industry. Let's say you want to do gadgets. And it loads different gadget email templates. So just a ton of different email templates you can use. They also have the basic templates you could start with, kind of just like an empty template, like do whatever you want or what have you. You could also save off your own templates if you created something that you like. So just a great way to get started. For our example, I'm just going to modify an existing template I already picked. So here's the template I picked. It's actually for fashion, but what I'm going to promote in this particular example has nothing to do with fashion. It's going to actually be an email that's going to promote a website called Camping Galore, which sells like camping gadgets of all things. So let's bounce over to Camping Galore so we can see what we have to work with here. Okay, here's Camping Galore, and as you can see, it kind of has this like bluish background branding color, the logo, of course. Okay, now we're back on the editor, and let's just scroll through and kind of get an idea of what this template looks like. There's a logo, has a date up here, main image, some other images of products maybe, Instagram follower, and so on. So to make this look kind of like my branding on Camping Galore, we're going to change a few things. So first we can click on outside of this area and it loads the structure. And then we have options over here. So I wanted to change this background to kind of look like it looks like on Camping Galore's site, maybe this blue. So when I'm on this structure, there's a item over here on the left that says background color. I'm going to change that from transparent to this blue color. And we'll click on the below structure element as well, and we'll change that one as well. At least the top section of our email will have the same color. Next, I'm going to click on their logo, because I don't need the In Fashion logo. So I'm going to come over here, and on the left, once I clicked on the image, it comes up with this option. I can change the image or I can edit the image. In this case, I just want to completely change it. So I'm going to select the file from my computer. We'll select the Camping Galore logo. And that's now changed. Now over here, it's kind of hard to see because it's black on blue. They have the date. I actually don't need the date, so I'm just going to delete it. Next, we're going to come down to this image. And this is actually an image with this latest news. It looks like text, but that's actually another image on top of an image. So I don't need an image on top of an image, so I can just toggle that off down here where it says additional picture. But it's a great feature of Stripo that you can actually layer pictures upon pictures very easily. So I'm going to click on this image, and I want to note that over here, it gives you the current raw dimensions of this image, which is 640 by 427. Now, I don't have to keep the exact same images. It'll work with whatever image I give it. But if I like how this size looks, you might want to just create an image that's the same proportions or dimensions as the one that you're replacing. So in this case, I'm going to once again change the image. I'm going to select one from my computer. We'll just select this image of a couple campers. And there we go. That's now changed. Now we have this text item on here. I could change it if I want or move it around. But in this case, I really don't need a text on the picture, so I'm just going to delete that out. Next, just going down the list here, it has this is actually another image that they have here. So I can hover over these three dots, and then I have the option to move this, copy or duplicate this, or delete it. In this case, maybe I'll just change it to something that I created that's similar. So you can create these things quite easily on things like Canva or what have you. So I'm just gonna go back to my computer and just change that. So now it just says camping gadgets. So now we kind of change the top section of this. Now just keep going down. Looks like this element right here in this container is yet another image. Now, as I mentioned before, if I just hover over this, these three dots appear. I go over the three dots and I have this menu option. In this case, I'm just going to delete this element. I don't need an image there. And then this is a text box. And in this text box, I'm going to get rid of what's there. And I'm going to type something like popular camping gadgets. And then maybe we could highlight that. We could change the font, we'll make it a little bigger. It's already centered, but if we wanted to center or left justify it, we have that option up here as well. I'll just keep the white background for this particular example, but we could keep changing the background as we did up here with the transparency, just change it to any color we want. Okay, now we changed that heading to say popular camping gadgets. So let's scroll down a little bit more and you'll see two images of fashion outfits. So we want to change those for our camping site. So I'm going to hop back over to Camping Galore and I went to this particular article. And now we want to, maybe we'll put in these two images. So we're going to click on this image. And as you can see over here, it's a 640 by 427. But as you'll notice, this is square. And like I mentioned before, you don't have to copy in the exact same image sizes that they have in their templates. So to change this image, I'm going to go to the website. I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy image link. Now that that's copied, I'm going back to the editor and click on the change image. And then instead of dropping the image in from my computer, on this external link, I'm just going to copy in that image link and hit the check mark. And as you can see, it pulled it in. So let's do the same thing for this image too. So I'm going to go back to the camping site and we're going to copy this image of the beer caramelizer, which I guess everybody needs. Copy image link and change image. And once again, we're not uploading it. We're just going to paste in the link. And there we have both of those new images. Now down here, this is another image that they used. I don't really need that. So I'm going to hover over this. I'm just going to delete that. And we don't need it on this side either. So I'll just delete that. The headings I like, we just need to change them. So for this one, we'll just grab this thing that says outdoor keg and paste that. And likewise, we'll copy this beer caramelizer and paste that. And then I can paste the description here. I'll just do this one real fast. Maybe like a short blurb. And so on and so forth. And we could do the same for this one as well. But I think you get that. Down here, we don't really need the likes So I'm going to delete that element. This is what's so great about this Stripo is you start with a template, but it's so easy just to change and move things around that you start with a framework, but you can really customize it to do whatever you want it to do. So this looks good. Let's say we wanted to add another thing over here. Let's say between these two things, we wanted to add a video. So first, over here on the left, you'll see something that says structures. And structures is just like a block, like a div almost. So we can have one full column, 2 columns, 3 columns, and so forth. For this, we're just going to drag in this structure, and it's going to say drop here. And now we have this empty content area. And then back over here, there's something that says blocks. And with the blocks, we could drag any of these options over here, like image, text, button, video, banner, what have you. We're going to put a video in here. So we're going to drag this video block in, and you'll see it has this little like video play icon. So I'm going to select this, and it populates this menu over here on the left. And one of the choices is link to video. So I just put in my video link. We'll grab a link that talks about this beer caramelizer. So I copied that in. We could change the alternate text if we wish. And then I just clicked off it, and there you go. We now have that video. Super easy. So let's continue. Let's see what else we could add. So I showed you the structures, the blocks, and they have something else. And this is a great feature of Stripo, very powerful. They have these pre-built modules. So I'm going to go to modules. I'm going to go to pre-built. And these are things that Stripo has already designed for us to give us a start. Kind of similar to how they designed the whole email template. They also pre-designed different modules. So maybe we want to pull in, let's just scroll through here. Let's see, maybe we want to pull in a blog post. So I'm going to highlight this blog post and drag it over here. And now we have this blog post shell here. So I'm going to click on the element, and let's jump back over to the Camping Galore site, and let's just pick this article. So we're going to copy this headline, and we'll replace their sample headline with ours, the gadgets you need if you want to work while camping. Maybe we'll pull in this first paragraph, and we'll put that down here underneath it. And then, like all the other images we changed, we click on this, and we're going to change this image. In this case, I'm going to upload one from my computer, and I already picked an image that is about the same size as this one. So that's now pasted in there, and it looks great. And just like that, we just created a blog post article within our email template. Now, within this structure, there's a lot of different settings. If we don't want the picture, we can delete the container too. If we want the sizes to be different, we could just change the container size for each one. If I want a bigger space or smaller space between those two elements, I can get rid of that or add to it. Super easy, super intuitive. You have padding. You just have a lot of options you could play around with any one of these elements that you copy in here. Super easy to use. So let's do another module. Let's go back to modules. Let's scroll through what other options we have. We can add banners, blog posts, which we did, a set of blog posts, product card, a set of product cards. Let me load some more of these. And if we hover over these little thumbnails, they'll expand or blow up a little bit more so we could see. So maybe we like this one, a product set of product cards. So I'm going to drag this. We'll just put it under here. And as you can see, it has, the 3 blouses in this case, but of course we can change that like we've changed other sections. So let's jump back over to the website. Let's just pick another article to grab maybe the best camping gadget for kids. And let me just, once again, I right clicked. I'm going to copy image link. And I'm going to go back on this one and we're going to change that image, paste the new image in. Voila. And we'll just do that for a few other of these. Copy image link. And one more. The critter case. Copy image link. And then like the other sections, I'll just do one of these quick. We could change the heading of each of these and so on and so forth. If we don't need like the subheading, like other sections, we can even delete things within a module. No problem whatsoever, just delete. You could change this to however you want it. If this is normally $20, but now we have it for, oops, $10. You can do that. Or if you don't like the price on there, you just remove it. Another great module to use is the footer module. So let me scroll down here. And here's the footer modules. I kind of like this one. It's a social media footer. So let's drag that, put that down here. And actually, we don't need this section. We're not going to use this at all. So I'm just going to, on the whole structure, I'm going to delete the entire structure. And this more news, we don't need that. We'll delete that. We'll get rid of this empty structure. And now we have this footer that we have in here. And this is nice. If I click onto this element, you'll see over here on the left, it gives us all the Facebook. We can put our Facebook link, our Twitter link, so on and so forth. But let's say we don't have a Pinterest account. We just hit this delete and it removes it. So super easy. And then we don't need this. Let's clean this up a little bit. It adds Stripo on the bottom of the footers, but obviously if you don't want that, you get rid of it. But you get the idea. So you can design this email however you want. Super easy to add elements, super easy to move. One other thing I would point out, let's say there's a section. In fact, let's add a new section. So I'm going to go to structure and I'm going to drop another element here. And oops, let's go to blocks. And they have this thing called a timer. It's a countdown timer. So if I select it, I can pick a date. And I can also pick a time if I want. But so now it counts down and I could put a label above this like days until sale is over or what have you. But it has this countdown thing, which is great. But let's just say for the sake of argument, we don't want this. We only want this displayed if they're on a computer. We don't want this displayed if they're on mobile. So when you select the whole container and you come over to this left again, I'm going to scroll down. You're going to see in the very bottom here something that says hide element. Right now it's set to no. That means it's not going to be hidden on the desktop and it's not going to be hidden on mobile. But let's say I don't want people on mobile to see that because it's too big or whatever the reason is. So I'm going to click on mobile. So now you'll see this little icon here with a little mobile phone with this line through it. So now it will not show up on a mobile when you send out this email. To test this, we can go up here on the top and click on this little preview button. That opens a new page, and this is the preview of how it'll look like on a desktop. And as you can see, we have this countdown timer. And then on the right side, it's on the mobile. And you'll see that there is no countdown timer here because it's hidden. So if everything looks good, we're ready to at least do an initial test. So you just click test up here. And then you just send, and it's going to send to whatever email address is in your test account, or multiple if you want to. You can separate them with commas. And then if that all looks good, we then want to get this into whatever ESP we're using or email client we're using to send this out of. So you go up here, you hit export. Now I use something like Sendy before. I also usually just use HTML. I just copy it. But down here, you can export directly to many, many different ESPs, like the big ones like MailChimp and HubSpot and GetResponse. And the list just goes on. But for this example, I'm just going to click on HTML. It's going to show you a little thumbnail of what it looks like. And the way I usually do it, I just hit show HTML code. And it actually gives us all the code of what we just designed. So then you could just copy this, and then you could paste it into your HTML editor and whatever ESP you use, if you decided to do it that way instead of going just a direct download to it. But that's pretty much the nutshell of how this works. It's a great tool, by far the best one I've seen. Like I said, I've tried many, many different ones of these, but this one, it just makes it so easy to, like, even if I wanted to move something, it's just easy to drag things around and move them, change things. Everything is so customizable. And just to have a starting point with so many different templates, or you could start from scratch if you want. So anyway, that's the gist of this. Hope it went well. Play around with it a little bit, and I'm sure you'll fall in love with this tool. If you have any questions, just let me know, and thanks a lot for watching.